Good afternoon, welcome to my channel, the Fibro Stitcher. This is my first one as the Fibro Stitcher. It's episode number 14 or 15 I think. I'm not quite sure. It's been over 2 months since I've filmed my last one. Today is Friday the 1st of May. I think the last time I filmed must have been at the beginning of March, maybe end of February. I cannot remember. It's been such a long time, but the reason for being is because I've been sick and my fibro flared up and stuff like that, so yeah. But today I don't have a lot of whips anyway, so it should be a quick one anyway. But I had 4, let me tell you how many finishes I had in all. So in March for March I had 2 finishes and 3 starts. And then for April, I had 1 start and 2 finishes. But 2 of them I haven't got with me because they were for my nieces. They turned 5 at the end of March, on March 30th. So I did their birthday cards for them. I will put pictures in of their birthday cards and I'll show you what I did. I sent them. So I'll put pictures in of them. So they were 2 finishes that I did for March. For the first start that I did was a Mother's Day card that I was going to do for my stepmum, but unfortunately I got sick and I had a throat infection, so I had a really bad sore throat. I lost my voice. I didn't stitch for how many days was it? Let's see, I've got my little diary here. This is for April. I love butterflies. I've got butterflies there. That's for April. And of course I had Easter bunnies, well, rabbits for representation for Easter bunnies. And then here's March. And of course I had a little clock there for the clocks going forward and things like that. And I stitched. It was the 7th of March that I started. That I didn't do any time, and I signed up for Amanda Doan's. She's got this website. I found her on Facebook. I think it was last year or so, maybe a year before that. Can't remember. And I signed up to be a stitchie. I did the light stitchie for a while because I missed out on the stitchie. And I got some benefits of some free stuff, but the stitchie gets you the full access on most stuff. And the day that I signed up, or in that week that I signed up, her brand is called Creatively Craft. I got sick, so I couldn't sign up I couldn't join in for the Zoom that they were doing because I couldn't talk at all. I spent 2 days of that in bed sick because I couldn't talk. I was sleeping on and off. Plus my fibro flared up as well at that time, so the pain I was in, it was unbearable. I didn't know where it was coming and going, and it was unbearable. I didn't do no stitching for Utopia or the suit, in fact nowhere, because I I was so sick. So I didn't stitch for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days straight. No, 10 days straight, because it was the 6th of May, not the 7th, the 6th of May. 10 days straight, no stitching, because I was so poorly. And as I said, I did a Mother's Day card. I started it for my stepmom, sorry, and it was called it's in the Best Mums collection, and I believe it's from Jane Jones. I'm positive it is. I'll find out. I'll find out if it is. I'll put the picture in of what it looks like. I didn't have a before picture because this is a new start, and this is what I've got done, and this is what I've got done down to here. So that's what I've done so far, but I thought I'll save it for next year, because yeah, I didn't, it was nowhere near as I could have had it done, but yeah, I was too poorly. So anyway, as I said, and then I did the birthday cards for the girls, but I'll put those pictures in because I sent them off, and they're into princesses, so I did princesses cards, and you'll see what I've done. They're beautiful. So my next 2 finishes that I finished. I did the first one was Colourful Bookmarks by Joan Elliott. This was in the World of Cross Stitch magazine. I can't remember which issue. I think it was in 2018's issues. It might have been April, I can't remember. I stitched this 3 times, but I finished it out because I was going to do it a fourth time, and then I got fed up with it, so I said I'm not doing it again. I moved on to something else. So there's it stitched out for the 3rd time, finished. And then there's the other 3 that I did. And then there's the other 2 I did before. So that's them done 3 times. I said to myself, I'm not doing it again. I got fed up with that after the 3rd time. I was getting bored with it. So I moved on to something else. And this is by Amanda Dunn, who created Creatively Crafting. And this is, the bookmark is called Sorry, I'm Booked. It's quite funny. And I stitched and started it in like 4 days, because again I had a migraine flare up, and so I stitched little bits on it when I could. Like one day I managed to do 500 stitches, and the next day I did 85, because I was feeling really poorly with my fibro kept flaring up. And plus my sleeping patterns were off. As you can see, I got bags underneath my eyes badly, so my insomnia has been really bad. So I've been like sleeping an hour here, and then I'll be up all night and all day, and then I'd crash at like 7 o'clock at night. It's silly. My stitching had suffered a little bit, but I've been putting like 100 stitches in here, 100 stitches in here, and then the nights that I couldn't sleep, I stitch all night, so that at least then I wasn't wasting my time doing nothing. So if I couldn't sleep, I'd stitch, if I could, so to speak. So yeah, so I made use of the time I couldn't sleep. And then other times I could be sleeping during the day, which wasted my days because I hate sleeping during the day. But unfortunately, with the fibro, it comes along with, you get exhausted and there's nothing you can do about it. And then you have to sleep. And so that's what happens to me, unfortunately. So this is what I've done. So this was kind of like a start and a finish, although it took, all in all, for me to stitch on it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to stitch on this. But it was spread out over like 2 weeks. And this is, as I said, Sorry I'm Booked by Creatively Crafting. And that's what I got done. So that's that bookmark done. I'm doing all these bookmarks, as I said, for Harley's teachers at his school. He interacts with all the teachers at his school. So he has the same teachers that he did last year. So I didn't stitch him a present last year, and he's doing his last year in school before he goes to high school. So I thought, well, I obviously started last year, and I just thought, well, okay, I'll stitch them all bookmarks because that's the easiest presents, and I'm sure they would all like it. And I've got 37 bookmarks to do, and I've done, so far, I've stitched 5 bookmarks. So I've got 37 to do, so I've got 31 to do. So, and I'll talk about that in my plans of what I'm going to do. Right, so then after I've done that, I started, I think I already started this last month, a few months ago. I think I did, and I showed it. I think I started it back in January and I showed it. But I got out Let's Hug a Teacher by Ursula Michael. And this is what I've got done. I've done quite a bit on it because the last time you saw it, I only had half this heart done. So I completed all the stitches in the heart, and then I came down and I started working on the green bits, as you can see. Then I worked on the little blue bits. This blue right in here is the bottom of the hand. When I put the picture in of what it will look like, you'll see what I've done. You'll see where I've done quite a lot, and I've been stitching on it. I mean, there are days again where I've had fibro flare-ups, so I've not been stitching, and again where I've been sleeping. So there was 4 days I didn't stitch, but I stitched 1, 2, 3, 4 days on this I stitched on. So I've got quite a bit done. I mean, this doesn't take actual long to stitch really, because the back stitch is done in 2 stitches, and where you can see on some of these it's got full crosses as well, which is done in 2 stitches. So I thought, oh, brilliant. So I don't even have to swap over and just do one stitch for the back stitch. It's all done in 2 stitches, which is handy for me. So I can do everything in 2 stitches. So I'm so happy. So I've got quite a bit done. Quite a bit. Now, I'm going to carry on stitching with this, but I do have plans, and I will talk about later. So that's that one. I'm quite enjoying that. And that is for Harley's school, that I'll be presenting to his head teacher. But that won't be until July, so I still got plenty of time. And that is all of my whips that I've done. So I've got, that was quick. That was quick. I told you, we're 14 minutes in and that's all my whips done. Right, so I've got some haul. I did buy some stuff. I know, right? So let's get rid of that one. So back in March, I bought some stash. I signed up for to be a stitchy in Crafting, and I got some stitchy mail from her, and I didn't even know I was getting this, so this cheered me up right well. And I got, it came in a little airmail. It came all the way from Canada. Now, I love collecting stamps. I'm just going to cover up my address. And I never had a stamp from Canada, so I got this little stamp from Canada. And I'm happy. So this is going to go in my collection of stamps that I've got, because I've never had a stamp from Canada. So that is cool. So that's going to go in my little collection of stamps. See, you never knew that about me, did I? I got this lovely little card that says you have achieved stitchy status, and then a beautiful note that says welcome Tish, and a little congratulations and that, so that was cute. And then I got this little sticker that says proud to be a stitchy. And then I've got another sticker. My son's favourite colour is purple. And I got this. And I said to him, you're not stealing this off me, it's mine. And he looked at me and then gave me this grin. And I'm like, no. So I've had to hide it from him before he steals it. So I've got that as well. And it's they're really nice. So I can stick those in my journal now that I've shown you. Also, I got another Stitchy Kindness from my mother-in-law. She saw this and thought of me. She thought that was perfect of me. But I like it. So that's going on my little workstation in my my cross-stitch table. So yeah. So that's all my kindness, right? So now, what did I buy? Well, I bought Museum After Midnight by Lila Crow. Now, it's already started on the 24th of April. Yeah, I know I'm late, I told you. It started on the 24th of April. When I signed up through, it's called a shop app, when I bought it, I forgot my email wasn't attached to it. Yeah, long story short. Anyway, I forgot that I had an information booklet with it. I downloaded it, but forgot to go back and read it because of the fog brain. So I sent her an email. Anyway, later on, I find the information booklet after I've looked at the thing that came with it. When I bought it, so I goes through all of my PDFs and I finally find it, because I've downloaded quite a lot, believe it or not. And then it's there where I can download it from, and given it a password. So I finally got it. So I was like, oh, for God's sake, talk about so I could have started it last week. So anyway, so because you have 6 weeks before the first instalment comes out. So I'll put a picture in of the first, where the frame came out and everything. Now I've picked fabric for this. I already had this in my collection, and I believe I got this from Lakeside Needlecraft, and I got it last year. I think it was like my birthday thing, I can't remember. It was such a long time ago. It's a sparkly fabric. It's a 14 count. I can't remember the name of it, but I will have a look and see what it is, and I'll put it in the notes down below. And it's this lovely blue. And I thought, and it's big enough to put it on. So yes, and my husband agreed. I showed my husband it, and he was like, I said, I really want to keep up with this sale. I really like this one. Now, normally with sales, I normally see them and then I wait. But as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. So I pre-ordered it before it even came out, because I like dinosaurs and stuff like that. So yes, so I got this fabric that I found in my stash. and I thought it would be perfect for it. I didn't want to stitch it on the original one that said it was Haven something. It was like a beigey colour, and I didn't want that, so I went for this. So this is what I'm going to start it on, but before I start it, I'm going to serge it on my sewing machine. I also, from Lola Crow, I also got Christmas After Midnight and I Am Winter. I'll put the pictures in of the ones I bought because they were PDFs. And then I also brought stickers from Amazon for my journal, but I got tons and tons and tons. So they're not only just for my journal, but they're also for like when I make birthday cards and Christmas cards and not what. So that's that. And also, let's have a look at my April one because I can't remember what I have and haven't bought. Oh no, I didn't buy anything. I also signed up for Flosstube Fox, so I get on Patreon. So I get a free, every month, a free chart. Purple Mint Purple, I sign up for them every month, and I get a free chart from them as well for being a gold member. Stitch and Lee, I sign up for theirs, and they've got if you sign up for them, they've got loads of free charts that you can access to if you pay for the subscription. If you don't, you can buy them separately. Stitch Normally, she does a pattern club every month, and I do the top one. No, I don't do the top one because the top one's a yearly and I don't do that. I do the monthly one, but I get access to so many charts, and I love her charts. She's one of my favourite designers. I've got quite a few favourite designers. I love all the designers. I mean, all the ones I pick, I love stitching on. They're my favourites. And then the Redley app that I do, it's gone up to $12.99, and I believe they've joined up to somebody else. I can't remember who it was. They sent me an email the other month. My brain's forgotten. But you get access to a lot of magazines, and I stitch a lot from of their magazines, so it works really well. I don't have to go and buy them. I don't have to go and do all kinds of stuff. So in the long run, it saves me a lot of money in buying all of those magazines, because I used to buy 3 or 4 of those magazines and it used to cost me a whole lot of money, whereas I just pay one fee and get them all on a app. So it saves me a lot of money, and I love it. So that's all of my all of my haul. Right, now there's something that I have been doing while I've not been stitching, when I can, when I'm feel able to. It's taken me a lot longer because I've not been able to do it. It's a Stitch and Go case. It's I've forgotten the name. I got it on Etsy a few years ago, quite a few years ago. I saw this when I think she's called the Stitching Museum. Anyway, I'll tag her down below and her video when she first showed it. I'll have to go back. It'll be a while ago now. When she first showed it, and it got me interested in it. Now, I've started it, but I have made mistakes, but it's my first one ever doing. And I'm still doing it. But I've enjoyed doing it, and when I make more, because what I'm initially doing right now, I've got like 36 whips. and I want to narrow them down. And I said to my hubby already that when I make more, I'm going to make one for the projects that I already know that are going to be long term, like my pandemic, the Titanic that I'm doing, my I've forgotten the name of it, but it's a Mandela, it's a mindfulness Mandela, sorry. And then the Aurora cabin, that's going to be a while. But I want a project that I know is going to be, like the project case that I do for it, I know for a full fact that it will be something that will relate to a kid. I don't know, but it makes sense in my head, but when I try and translate it, it's not making sense. But anyway, but I don't want to have 37 project cases. I'm trying to whittle down my whips, so I don't have that many whips, and I've got about 4 or 5 that are close to finishing. So once I've done my bookmarks for Harley's teachers at school, so I've got up until July. I'm going to make these. I'm just doing one to see how I get on. So this is what I've done so far. I've got it upside down. It would help if I had it the right way. These are the pockets, as you can see, for the bobbins. And you pop the bobbins in now. So it's taken its time for me to do, because every time I sit in the chair it gives me a backache where I sit and sew, so I have to get up and move around. I can't sit in the same spot for a long time because it hurts my back, so I have to get up and take breaks. And with my fibre playing up and I've having severe backache, I mean the other day I couldn't even move my legs because they were all numb and pins and needles, and so I was in bed all day, which did my brain and I couldn't do anything. So I was stuck in bed all day and couldn't move. So I haven't done any of this since last week. So, and this is what I've done so far. I mean, I've cut out all the bits that I need to do. It's just sewing them together, but that's what I've done so far. And I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm proud of what I've done so far. So, but once I've done it once, I think I might be able to perfect it as I go along, because whatever I made mistakes before, I can rectify as I go along. So, yeah. And that's what I've done so far. So, right, so now, my plans now that I'm going to do for May. I've decided I've got 31 bookmarks that I need to do. So I've put all the bookmarks that I have into a wheel. And I'm going to spin the wheel today for later. And I'm going to pick a bookmark that I'm going to do. And majority of the bookmarks normally are about 5 to 10 hours depending on me. I'm going to try and see how many bookmarks I can get done in the month of May. I know May is normally like Mystery Mania, or whatever you're doing in May, you can like stop 31 projects or do 1 project per week, whatever it is. But I want to see how many bookmarks I can do in May. That's my plan, because I want to try and get them all done. I don't want to be stressing myself by the time July comes along and I haven't done that many. So I'm going to use May as to see how many bookmarks I can do in May. So that's what I want to do. That's my plan. Because I haven't got another one started yet, so I'm just going to spin a wheel and see what I can get done today. So I'll be starting a bookmark today. I don't know what one. I'm going to start the museum after midnight. Sorry, trying to I got mixed up there. I've worked out, I was a week behind, so it could have been less stitches, but I worked out it can be roughly about 150 stitches a day. Now I can manage that. So I could get that done by the time June, the first one comes along. So and even if I didn't, I could still do it. It's fine. Even if I just fall behind a little bit, I could still do it. So I'm going to start midnight after museum, either today or tomorrow, depending on what I've got doing. I'm going to continue with Let's Hug a Teacher, because I'm enjoying that, and it won't take me long to finish that. So once I get that finished up, it'll be done. So then that'll be one less project for me to worry about. But yeah, but as I said, with the bookmarks, I'm going to be starting one, and then once I finish that one, I'm moving on to the next one. So even if I start it today and I get it finished tomorrow, I'll be starting another one tomorrow. That's the way I'm looking at it. So every other day I should be starting a new bookmark instead of, 3 to 4 days and I'm starting another one. That's my plan anyway. Whether or not I stick to it, it's another matter. But if this works out well for me for during May, I might carry it through to June and see how many bookmarks I can get done. But that is all of my plans. Anyway, Flosstubers I've been watching. Now I watched a couple of new Flosstubers. Now I can't pronounce her name. She's very, very new. I met her through creatively crafting. Sorry, I got my words mixed up. I'm just looking her up right now because I can't pronounce her name. I'm just looking. I've got a few ones to watch, but it's called Mama Ingwena. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but her name is San. She's a really lovely girl. I've been talking to her, and she recently went to Norway to go and see the Aurora Borealis, and I'm jealous. I'm well jealous because that is one of my hubby's dream to go and do that, but I don't think I could handle a plane right now, the way I am. But that is our dream, one day I suppose. But I'm well jealous. She's only got like I think 5 or 6 videos, so you should go and check her out. I've been watching Ellie Welly Stitcher. She's the creation behind the Essex retreat, along with Teresa Little Stitcher, I think. She's been great to watch. She used to live in Essex, but's now moved to North Wales. I think I've said that right. North Wales or South Wales? She moved to Wales anyway. North Wales, I believe. Anglesey. And she's got some chickens, and this chicken called Howard, you can hear him cuckooing in the background, and it is so funny. But the chickens she's got, they are so cute. I'm just glad my husband hasn't seen them yet, otherwise he might decide to get chickens, and I don't want to put ideas in his head yet. But her chickens are funny. Her rooster, Howard. So funny when you hear him cuckooing in the background. I'm jealous, really. But I don't have the back garden space for them, actually. We've only got a small garden. And they need lots of room and we ain't got it. Anyway, so I've been watching them, and I watched, she's brand new, and it's Abarella Pumpkin Stitches. She had one episode up when I watched it, and I think it was, she was showing a whip parade, and I believe she just put up another one, but I just watched it. And then I've caught up with all the other, as I said, it's been 2 months since, so I've been watching. I caught up with Bird Eye Stitches, Sea Sook Stitch. They're both the brains behind Cross the monthly magazine challenge group on Facebook. Cross Stitch Bunny, that's Lauren. She's she has her own shop, but she does Flosstubes on here as well. Been watching Garon Stitchery. They're in Ozar, I think it's the border of Canada, Alabama, I think. Don't quote me on that, I'm sure. But they have a local needle shop that they made while they moved. It's not that far from where they live. I think it's like 5-minute walk, I believe. I think it's on the land they own. I'm pretty certain, because I watched them build it in the making when I was following their videos. And I think it's 2 years old now. And they have an online shop as well, which they've had since 2019, I believe. But it's quite, they've had that longer than the local needle shop. But anyway, I follow them. The reason I follow them, I don't get anything from them because I live in the UK, obviously. And I don't think they even ship to the UK. But anyway, I watch them because they show lots of new products and plus charts. So even if I don't buy from them, they show a whole lot of new stuff. So if there were anything I wanted, I could go to my own local needle workshops and have a look and see what they've got, and I can compare to see what they've got that my own. So yeah, that's the reason why I watch them. I've been catching up with Lynn from Lancaster Stitcher. She's been catching up with some stuff. I've caught up with Michelle Bendy Stitchy. She's been on a cruise. She just come back from a cruise, I believe. Was it? I'm not sure if it was Flosstube at sea. I might be wrong, but I know she just came back from a cruise. And I've been watching that Stitching Mummy. And obviously I've been watching the Sunshine Stitchers. They've been... Sheila's been... I'm sure she's been on a cruise, and she's been to some retreat. I'm pretty certain. She went to one in... Yeah, she went to the one in Rome and then again went on to... because she was telling the story. And then they just made one with Deb. Because Deb was missing for a month. So anyway, I'll list all the Flosstubers that are mentioned, and you can go and have a look at them. If you are watching my video, don't forget to like and subscribe my video. I will very much appreciate it. That's it from me now. I've got nothing else now, and I will see. I'm sorry to have been gone for a long time. Hopefully it won't be this long now. We'll see. We'll see where I'll get out to. Okay, and I shall speak to you next time. See you later. Bye.